Hello everybody, welcome to Tony's Beer Reviews. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I've had a great day today. Seen both my girls. One came down with a boyfriend and we had lunch together. And Rebecca's unfortunately still in Edinburgh. She's got a new fur baby, a new kitten, and she couldn't get a sitter for it, so unfortunately she couldn't come down. Probably been spoilt as well. Emily, bless her, got me got me an IPA glass, which I wasn't particularly bothered about getting myself, but Emily wanted to get me a glass, so she's bought me an IPA glass, a really good quality one as well, which I really like, so thanks for that, Emily. Rebecca bought me a load of chocolate, and you know I love candy kittens, so I got a ton, absolute ton of candy kitten stuff. But out of all that came this. Well, I've got two actually. I've got two Brewdog beers, two Candy Kitten Brewdog beers. So both raspberry and guava. There's the Berliner Weiss coming in at 3.5% ABV. But this is what I'm going to review. This is the raspberry and guava New England IPA coming in at 6% ABV. It's an interesting collaboration, I think, with Candy Kittens. I did see actually when they first launched it, and I'm a little apprehensive about trying it because Jamie Lang, who's behind it, was in a video, and all he wanted to do was get the colour across, which you can only do by putting fake colourants in it. So it's not going to be 100% natural. Let's be honest about it. It's not going to be a typical beer, but I'm looking forward to trying it. I do like the Candy Kitten brand. I'm vegetarian myself, so I love anything like that anyway. Yeah, I'm excited to try this one. I think that these were available exclusively in Sainsbury's on the Brewdog website. This is probably about £3, something like that. Now I have a sneaking suspicion that smelled sweetie, like sweeties when I opened that. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion with this one that it will not be, I won't be able to score it as a beer, because I have a sneaking suspicion this will have, because you can't, a lot of added flavours. It'll have raspberry and guava concentrates in there. I don't even have to look at the ingredients. I know it will do, because you cannot get certainly the flavours I got out of that, and what I saw from the video of making this stuff, you can't get those flavours naturally out of hops. And they like to use concentrates, what can I say, and I don't think it's always necessarily a bad thing. So that has poured a dark pink colour, I would say. It's obviously hazy, so it's a New England IPA, so we expect a bit of haze in there. Yeah, the lovely, it's a foamy white head. Looks good. Let's see what the aroma's like, shall we? It smells like their sweets. It's fruity. You've got the sweet raspberry just coming through really strongly. Yeah, a little bit of the guava coming through, and through all that you are just getting a little bit of a hint of beer. I'm looking forward to this. Looks good, smells great. Cheers everybody. And there's that bittery beery note right at the end. It ain't too bad. You are getting tart raspberries. There is a tartness of the raspberries. which does mellow out and some of the sweetness comes through. Getting a bit of that guava coming through quite clearly. Do you know what? That's quite a refreshing beer actually. And there's nice, almost resinous type bitterness at the back end. Lots of carbonation. It's feeling a little bit fizzy in the mouth. Let's have a look. Ingredients, and too small. There you go. So it's got water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, yeast, flavourings, concentrate. So they use concentrates, yeah. Elderberry and blackberry concentrates. Interesting, in a raspberry and a guava IPA. This could have been really, really terrible, or it could be one of the best beers ever. It's neither. It is somewhere in between. It doesn't taste like a 6.5% beer. I suppose you've got pros and cons, aren't you? You've got the negative aspect of it, which is it is quite sweet. It's not overly sweet actually, but there is a heavy sweetness through all this. It says flavourings and then concentrates. I've done a lot of research in over the last year about Brewdog and the concentrates, and to be fair, the concentrates that's used in the brewing industry, it's not just Brewdog. Lots of brewers use concentrates, and they're usually fairly good quality concentrates. Usually, because they are concentrates, so they concentrate fruit, so they are usually distilled from proper fruits, but they can still give. You still sometimes always get like an artificial. It tastes artificial, which this does a little bit. The positives for me is it's a fun drink. It is juicy, it is smooth, and you are getting that candy kitten flavour through, which is really, I think, what they wanted to do. This is going to be a Marmite beer. No question about it. People are either going to love it or hate it. I don't hate it. It has got that hazy Jane kind of resinous, astringent bitterness to it. So it's possibly using the hazy Jane beers as a base for what they've brewed here. Is it a beer in the typical sense of the word? It's got beer in there. It's got added concentrates in there. It is beery to some extent, I guess. I suppose always in the back of my mind with Brewdog is, you got to remember, they set out to challenge the convention in the beer industry, and they set out to do it on their terms, not to the terms of, you know, we've kind of probably all read about the issues with Portman and Brewdog and arguing about it, and you know, Camera arguing about it's not a real ale by their definition of it. But what excited Brewdog initially, and what probably still does excite Brewdog, is when it comes to beers, you get an unending range of possibilities of what you can do. And this is one of them. This is a beer that tastes like candy kitten sweets. That's what they set out to do, and they did it. That said, I find it hard to judge it purely as a beer, if I'm being honest. It's almost in the range of that alco poppy type style. You know, if you look at some of the stuff that people do with ciders nowadays, Brothers, you know, toffee apple cider isn't a natural cider. You know, they brew ciders that have no real apple flavour in them. So they're still called ciders. I think it's still called ciders, don't they? Look, I'm gonna score it on a drink that's put in front of me. I liked it. I'm gonna be honest. I liked it. It's not the best beer in the world. It's not the best New England IPA in the world, but it's fun. It's juicy. It's smooth. There is a nice beer flavour in there, but there's also nice candy kitten flavour in there, which is what they want to do, what they set out to make. And for me, they've succeeded in that. But it's not the best beer or drink in the world. It's a tough one, but I think I am going to score it 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 from Andy's Beer Reviews, wherever you're drinking tonight. Please enjoy it. If you've had this, I know a lot of people there have had this, use the comments to let me know what you think about it. I'd be interested to know what everybody else's thoughts about it. But yeah, do you know what? I liked it, and I think it's worth 7.5 out of 10. I probably will buy this again. Well, I didn't buy it this time, I got it as a gift, but I probably would go out. If I saw this on the shelf, I probably would pick it up. Because you know what, it's a fun, refreshing drink on a hot summer's day. It is a nice, refreshing drink to have. Yeah, I liked it. 7.5 out of 10. Until the next review. Cheers, everybody.